Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing on today? Let me just tell you, Samantha and I was just having a little backstage fun talking about seeing you. I am super duper excited. She already know I am a super fan. I mean, we're hanging out with Samantha Chase. Hello, guys. If you're just joining us, of course, you know what to do. Like, tag, and share. Tell a friend to come on down to the cafe because we're hanging out with Samantha Chase on today. And guess what, guys? The Donovans are back. It's the latest release, guys. It is called Seeing You. Oh my goodness, hot off the press. Samantha may spill some tea, all of that good stuff as well. But of course, for those of you who may not know Samantha Chase, and she may be a new to you author, Samantha, my friend, introduce yourself to the people.
All right. I am Samantha Chase. I write contemporary romance that's hotter than sweet, sweeter than hot, which means we got a little something on the page, but then we fade to black. And I've been writing now for almost 14 years. I've written over 100 books, and I have 2 Hallmark movies.
I love. Okay, now Samantha, rewind.
Yeah.
You said you have 100 books or almost 100 books. That is major, my friend. Let's talk about that a little bit. Oh my
I
goodness!
mean, look behind me. Like that's
Yes.
part of the bookcases.
I
Yeah.
love that. So, guys, as you can see, that is some backlist. So, if you are new to Samantha Chase, you can go to her website, you can look her up, and you can pull her backlist as well. I love that. And not only that, guys, Samantha is the queen of a series. Okay, she has some amazing series too. So, Samantha, I want to talk about that a little bit with you too.
Okay.
Would you say that? Out of all these books that you have written, okay, and then you have 2 that was like was books to film, like with Hallmark, all of that good stuff as well. For you, when you think about your journey as a romance author, one, would you say that romance found you, the genre found you, or did you find it? And then in addition to that, if you can kind of expound upon how did Samantha Chase get into writing all these beautiful series that we like? So however you want to break down those 2 questions.
Okay. I started reading romance in the 7th grade. And like, I think I look at like 7th graders now and I'm like, you guys shouldn't be reading romance. But I had a lab partner in science class who she read Harlequin romances. And she was super smart, so she didn't have to pay too much attention in class. And she got me hooked on romance.
I love
And
it.
it clicked all the way back then. And I hand wrote my first romance in the 9th grade.
Wow.
And so I knew then that I wanted to do it. I just didn't believe that I could do it. You know what I'm saying? So, life happens. I didn't go after that kind of a career. And, I got married young. I had kids and, life just sort of took me away. I always read though. I was always reading. That was just always my thing. And it wasn't until, and I've probably shared it here before, I homeschooled my older son. And
Wow.
yeah, for 10 years, I homeschooled my older son. And we were part of this big homeschool community and a big co-op. So all the moms had to teach something. And I chose to teach creative writing because I was passionate about it. And I
Yeah.
wanted to encourage, that in kids. And I aged up with the kids. So I started teaching them in elementary, and then we moved up to middle school, and then we moved up to high school. And it was my students who really encouraged me to like take that leap. Like, why aren't you doing that? Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's totally crazy. But once I did it, like I had been, they were encouraging me to write, and I was writing, but then I started submitting to publishing houses, and I had like 19 rejections.
Wow.
And I realized I don't take rejection well.
Okay.
But at that time, indie publishing was becoming a thing. So I was like, well, I'm going to try this and see what happens. So that first book, which was Jordan's Return, sold like 30 copies that first year. And it was mostly friends and family who bought it. But the following year, I wrote The Christmas Cottage, and I just decided to put it out there for like 99 cents until I wrote something like a longer novel. I just wanted to get my name out there. And that book sold 10,000 copies in the first month.
See, congratulations. Wow. Talk about a wow moment.
Yes.
I love that, Samantha.
Yes. That's like I say that the Christmas Cottage is like the little book that could. Hi, Jennifer. Jennifer's here. So I started out writing standalones. I didn't think about series. Like I
Uh-huh.
was happy. Like if I had an idea, I wrote the book. And when I probably like I want to say it was like my fifth book was the first book in the Montgomery Brothers series. And it was
Uh-huh.
just supposed to be a trilogy. I was just going to write this
Wow.
little trilogy, these three brothers, and the series just took off. And I was like, well, now they have to have cousins. And then those cousins have to have cousins.
Right. Look, Samantha, talk about like not running out of stuff, to write. Just add some cousins. Just add
Exactly.
some
That
cousins.
is the easiest way to extend a series.
I love that. Okay, authors out there, romance authors. If she just gave you a tip, okay, the
Mhm.
easiest way to continue a series, add some cousins, okay, add some family members. I love that. I love that.
We all know that we have extended family out there that we don't see. So
Yes,
we're just
yes.
bringing them in. Bringing them in for like
Look,
bringing them in for a
Samantha, and
wedding.
then the plot thickens when they're a long lost family, like family. You could do so much with that. Like
Exactly.
why was they missing all those years? Look,
So
and then we can do the drama. Add some drama in there too. Oh my goodness.
exactly.
I love it, guys. If you're just joining us, as you can see, we're having a lot of fun hanging out with a literary cafe fave, Samantha Chase, guys. Her new book, Seeing You. And of course, it is another Donovan. And speaking of that, Samantha, please tell us, for those who may not be familiar with the Donovan series, what can you share with us about those individuals that we have come to love?
Oh my goodness. They were another one that I knew it was time to start another family, another series. Like I had finished with the Montgomerys, I had finished with the Shaughnessy's, we had finished Magnolia Sound, and it was just I was ready to start fresh. So we started with the Donovans in Laurel Bay, and they were really, really fun. That was the books. We had Dare Me, Tempt Me, Save Me, Charm Me, and Kiss Me. So it was just supposed to be 5 books. But by book 4, I was like, I'm not ready to be done yet. Like I like this family. I like the dynamic.
But Samantha, and we weren't ready for you to be done yet
No,
either.
no,
There was so much more to share.
right? So in book 5, in Kiss Me, you get introduced to the Sweetbriar Ridge cousins.
Yes.
And they were fun because it was a totally different setting. We're in a different small town, and where the Laurel Bay Donovans were like a very close knit family. The Sweetbriar Ridge ones, they're in a little bit of transition. They were a little bit
Yes.
bumpy to get started. So, we had the book 1 in that part of the series was Loving You, and that was their brother Levi, who like sort of comes home, but he doesn't really want to be home. And he's kind of been like the jerk brother for years. And so he's not really like, it's not like, the conquering hero is coming home. It's more like, oh, this guy,
Right.
you know. But the sisters, there are 3 sisters, and they're close, like you had twin sisters, Chloe and Ashlyn, and then you have Billy, whose book just came out, and Billy's the oldest. So she's kind of like, what I loved is by the time this book came out, you really like everybody was curious, like, what is her deal? Like
Yes.
she's involved in everything, but like, what's her deal? So
Yes.
I had a lot of time to work on her story and like really flesh it out. And I think it's my favorite in the Sweetbriar Ridge books.
Wow, I love
Mhm.
that. I love that. And Samantha, trust me, we're going to dive into Seeing You. And guys, you are in for a treat. Samantha's going to spill a little tea, as well as she's going to read a short snippet. All of that is coming up. So make sure you stay tuned. If you haven't done so already, tell a friend to come on down to the cafe. They do not want to miss what Samantha Chase is going to share with us on today. Now, Samantha, I want to talk to you a little bit about the title, Seeing You. And I want to ask you, was this your original working title, or did this title come along? And in addition to the title of Seeing You, with most of these Donovan series books, they're like 2-word titles. Is that intentional? So spill some tea on that too.
It really, really was. And again, it started back with the Laurel Bay ones with Dare Me, Tempt Me, like all those. I wanted something different because we had just finished Magnolia Sound and those titles were long. Like,
Uh-huh.
we had like The Way the Story Goes, In Case You Didn't Know, like very long titles. And when my assistant and I sat down, we were like, we need something short this time. Like we need to
Okay.
let's just pare this back a little bit. And so the first 5 books were very easy. Like, like the title almost told you the story. You know what I mean? You had Dare Me. So like they would have this cute game of, Truth or Dare. Tempt Me, it's the neighbor who he shouldn't really want, but he's tempted by her. Save Me, it's a fake relationship. He's, Charm Me, he was the charmer of the family,
Uh-huh.
like that was his thing. And then Kiss Me is a marriage of convenience, boss and his assistant. So the title alone gave you a clue into the story.
Yeah.
When we got to the Sweetbriar Ridge, we were a little like, okay, we have to differentiate a little bit because we want readers to see that this is a little bit different. It's
Okay.
Donovans, but we're in a different setting. So Seeing You was actually the working title, and I
Oh,
wasn't sold on it. Like
okay.
when Emily and I plot, we sort of like first we figure out how many siblings I'm going to have. Then we sort of start spinning ideas like, well, what's their deal? What is their personality? What should their story be? Like, but we try to peg their personalities first.
Okay.
Okay. And when we got to Billy, like we already knew she was the oldest and we wanted hers to be a second chance. And the whole premise was Marcus never really saw her for what he was so blinded by what he wanted their future to be.
Samantha, Marcus.
He is the hero that you want to hate.
Yes.
You do hate him for most of the book.
It was like, really, dude?
But I think we all know a guy like that that's so career driven that they don't see anybody else's point of view, anybody else's feelings. It's all about the drive to be the best.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I struggled with the title because like it makes sense and it does fit the story, but I just felt like it wasn't. I was afraid it wasn't going to be grabby enough. Readers weren't going to see it and be like, I want to read that, but the story, like I said, the story is strong, but the title, like I still a little bit, I wish that it was something a little bit more powerful.
What, Samantha, I can tell you this, where you make up for it with all these tropes and all of these things. Okay, because y'all, it's a story of all the fields, but of course, she gives you small town, second chance, return to home. There's a little grumpy sunshine. I mean, she gives you all the things in Seeing You. And again, it's just a edge of your seat read. There are some moments in there, guys, that meet cute, which Samantha gotta share with us a little bit about the meet cute. It is the meet cute of meet cutes. Okay, I'll just say there is a muffin involved. All right. Okay. Now, Samantha, before we get into that and you share a little bit about the meet cute as well, you told us a little bit about the title of this book too. Now, I know how you kind of like flesh things out. For you, what came first? Was it, even though some of the characters are reoccurring or what have you, but was it the characters or was it the plot? Do you already have that laid out, like which sibling is going to be next? Like, give us a little tea on that.
Okay, so when we're plotting and we're figuring out like the personalities, it kind of like from there, like we know that's when I put the order of who's going to do what. Okay. So because this one, it's one brother and 3 sisters, I decided to take a chance and like just like let's lead off with the brother and let's then get the sisters to have their thing. So Levi was obviously first. Ashlyn is the more obnoxious and outgoing twin. So she's really snarky in Levi's book, like, because she's one who's very vocal about she's not happy that he's back. She thinks he's a jerk, So I figured she needed to go next because she needs a little bit of redemption, because you have the potential of looking at her in his book and being like, she's kind of bitchy. Is that okay to say in the cafe? Okay. She's really kind of bitchy. So I didn't want anybody to go further and maybe have negative feelings towards her. So like I wanted people to really get to know her. So that's why she came next.
Okay.
Chloe's so quiet that we needed a little bit longer for you to get to see her on the pages, to feel her out a little bit.
Uh-huh.
See that she's not just the quiet twin. Like she has her own issues, and you get to see her a little bit. And then like, you save the best for last. And like Billy just had the biggest secret out of everybody.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because even, we won't give too much away because we want you to read the book. Even when they have their little, it was like their little impromptu girls night out or whatever. And she had a few sips of wine, let's say more than a few sips of wine, and she kind of spilled the tea a little bit. It was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like there's more to this than or what have you too. But so I love that. Now, Samantha, of course, what is it like for you as a romance author to kind of, because again, I said you give us small town, you give us it's almost like enemies to lovers, you give us second chance, you give us so many tropes that we love. But what is that like for you as a romance author to be able to play around with all of those tropes? And guys, let me just tell you, they just work. Okay, it's like this nice entanglement that just works, and Samantha does an amazing job. But what is that like for you as a writer, for that to come across for us as the readers?
I love being able to create the conflict. And I think in a case like with Billy and Marcus, there was so much history to deal with. They kind of made it easy for you to throw in all of it, because it wasn't just a second chance. Like there was some really hard, angry feelings. And so you have the second chance, but they're enemies to lovers. And like, she's really at a point in her life now where she's a little bit more of a sunshine and he's still really grumpy. And like, it almost just kept layering itself. Like the more I dug into their personalities and their history, it was like, oh, well, now we have this. And now it's that. So it makes them more like three-dimensional to me. Like the more that you get to layer in that kind of stuff, I feel like it makes them a little more relatable. You know what I mean? Because you're seeing warts and all. You're seeing everybody, like even Billy, like she comes, she's the heroine. She's who you're cheering for. She has flaws too. She didn't handle everything the right way.
Right.
She has some issues, She's justified in some of them. But,
I love that. No, Samantha, and of course, guys, it's coming up. I promise you, it is coming up. She's going to share a short snippet with us as well. But Samantha, I got to ask you this.
Okay.
What do you enjoy? It's going to be a two-part question. What do you enjoy about a meet cute? Because I'm a meet cute girly. I am so here for a meet cute. And just know that the meet cute in Seeing You is the meet cute of meet cutes. So tell us, for you, what is that like for you as an author, romance author, to write a meet cute, and then spill a little tea about the meet cute in Seeing You. What was that like for you as well?
I am a big fan. Like the meet cute has to just really make a statement to me.
Yes.
And sometimes you can't do that. Like when it's a friends to lovers, like when it's a best friend's brother or something like that, they know each other. So like there isn't like a real meet cute. But when you can make one, I think that is the most fun ever. Okay. And I think, believe it or not, one of the best meet cutes I think I ever wrote was in Love Walks In, which was Shaughnessy Brothers #2. And Hugh Shaughnessy owns this resort, and he's sort of like walking around the grounds and everything. And there's a woman hanging out the window, like from the waist down. And all he's seeing is a pair of like, polka dotted panties, and he's like, well, that's unusual. She's a runaway bride. So she's trying to escape, and he helps her escape. But I just thought like that would just be hysterical. Like you're just a guy walking around. Oh, and there's a woman with her dress up around her waist, like hanging out of a window. What's up with that? But okay, so in Seeing You, okay, when we were putting this up for pre-order, the book wasn't written yet. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So when we put it up for pre-order, the book wasn't written yet. I had a very loose outline. Okay. When I say we, it's because Emily and I plot, she helps me plot everything.
Uh-huh.
So had plotted stuff out. And typically when you don't have anything about ready for the book, the blurb on Amazon should have just read like book 4 in the Donovans of Sweetbriar Ridge coming soon.
Uh-huh.
And we were like, we need a little something more. And because we knew this was a second chance, we knew that there was going to be enemies to lover. She's like, she's a baker. She's got to smash a muffin or something in his face. So we actually wrote that in the original blurb. Like it was just out there temporary. So now I had to put that in the book. I was like, it's not like there was no way around it. So really, those first 2 chapters all led up to that moment. And I knew that that moment was coming for months before I even
Wow. Talk about spilling the tea for us, Samantha. Guys, let me just tell you, if you haven't read the book yet, Seeing You, and if you purchase it just to go through the meet cute, okay, and of course read the rest of the book too. But let me just tell you, you will enjoy it, okay? It's a meet cute that you would love as well. Thank you for sharing that with us. Now, Samantha, I know that they're ready. They're on the edge of their seats. Guys, get ready. Samantha, I'm going to allow her to kind of set the scene and set the tone for us. And then she's going to share just a little bit of Seeing You with you guys on tonight.
Okay, so now picture this. Billy and Marcus, they have not seen each other in 10 years. And hey, Jennifer, I'm so glad you're here. So they hadn't seen each other in 10 years. They did not end on good terms. And she never thought that she'd see him again because Marcus had been very vocal about that he was never coming back to Sweetbriar.
Right.
So she's pretty much feeling safe in her day-to-day life that she's never going to see this guy again.
Yes.
So she's part owners in Books and Beans, which is the coffee shop in town, and she's the baker there. And she's there one morning like she normally is, and she's talking to Jade, who's a co-owner of the shop. And her sister Ashlyn is there, and they're just like chatting. And all of a sudden, in walks Marcus. And they're all like, Jade has no idea. I thought that was funny because Jade's just like, of course he would come here. Like, we're the best couple in town. And it's like, you don't even know what's happening right now. Shut
right.
So, and Marcus doesn't have a clue that he's walking into a cafe that Billy owns. So, and it like his family set him up for that.
Set him up nice and pretty.
So now picture the scene. They now they're face to face. She actually is going to serve him. Okay. And he's just shocked that she's standing there and like he's being really, really difficult and kind of nasty, mocking her for what is she doing with her life? Why would you come back to this town?
Right.
But he does order food. He does order
lots of it.
Yep. So we are going to pick up with he's getting ready, he's all paid up and everything. And Billy comes back out to the counter and Jade says, he's all paid and ready to go. Jade quietly told her. Putting a smile back on her face, Billy turned and handed him the box, but wasn't sure what to say. Wishing him a nice day just seemed weird. And it definitely hadn't been good to see him. So what were her options? Marcus was studying the display case. I know this is a strange question, but the banana chocolate chip muffins, are those the same ones you used to bake? The same recipe? She used to make them for him every Sunday morning. Swallowing hard, she nodded. They are. Can I add one to the order? I'll pay for it separately. But just as she was taking it out of the display case, or maybe you can give it to me on the house, since you threw away our lives and everything we'd work for so you could whip up your old family recipes for people who wouldn't give up anything for you. It was a long statement and it spoke volumes. The biggest takeaway she got from it was how he wasn't taking any responsibility for what happened between them. So she silently vowed to be the bigger person and take the high road. Just as she was putting the muffin in the bag, he added, your parents must be so proud that this is what you did with your big college degrees. Bravo. You know what? They are proud, even prouder that I walked away from an uptight asshole like you. And with that, she smashed the muffin right in his smug face. Have a nice day. It was so great to see you. Turning, she slammed the door to the kitchen open and stormed through it. The high road can suck it.
Samantha, when I was reading it, first of all, I was like, no, he didn't. I was okay, Samantha. He came for her. He came for her, and she served. Okay, he came and she served. I was just like, and I love the part where you was like, it was a long statement that spoke volumes. But as I was reading it, I was like, no, he didn't. Really? Is that really? You gonna come for her like that? But I didn't see the muffin being smashed in his face. I didn't see that. I was like, oh my goodness.
But it's even better when he gets home and he still has muffin on him, and his brother's like, "What did you eat that?"
And look, and already his dad and they already knew. They was like, "Oh, did you see Billy?
Did you see there?"
Oh my goodness. I love it. Guys, that is just a snippet of the Donovan series, Seeing You. It is hot off the press. Yes, we will be sharing with you how in just a moment how you can get your hands on a copy. And of course, there is going to be a giveaway as well. And Samantha, of course, this is the month of love, my friend. So I want to ask you a couple of questions. That'll be romance, a little this or that, or whatever. And we will do a little few of our tropes that we like to do. Okay, Samantha, friends to lovers, enemies to lovers.
Enemies to lovers.
Look, secret baby, or let's see, we want to do secret baby or marriage or convenience.
Oh, marriage or convenience.
Okay. Samantha, we are going on a date. These couples are going on a date. Are they staying in or are they going out? Staying in or going out?
They're going out.
Okay.
They're going out. Yeah.
I love that. They are taking a nice mini vacation. Are they going on a road trip or are they taking an airplane ride?
Oh, I like a road trip. I think that has a lot of potential.
What can happen on the road trip?
Yeah.
I love that. All right, last one. Chocolate or flowers?
Chocolate every time.
Chocolate. I love that. Thank you so much for playing this or that romance edition as well, Samantha. We are so appreciative of that for you as well. And of course, guys, there is a giveaway. I'm going to let Samantha Chase share with you what the giveaway is going to be tonight.
Oh, we are going to be giving away a series. You're going to get the first 4 Donovan books. You're going to get Loving You, Teasing You, Wanting You, and Seeing You.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Samantha. Talk about the giveaways of giveaways. Oh my goodness. Did y'all hear that? You're going to get the current books in the Donovan series. Oh my goodness. And of course, to be in the running, all you had to do was to comment in the comment section. We are getting ready to go up and down the comment section. My buddy Samantha Chase is getting ready to help me out. I'm going to go up and down the comment section. She's going to tell me when to stop. And that individual will be the winner of, oh my goodness, the 4 books in the Donovan series. Okay. Samantha, let me get everything ready.
Say when.
Okay, let's see. All right. I am ready when you are.
All right. Let's say stop.
Okay.
Who do we got?
I think it was on Jennifer Copeland. Girl, it's your day with this amazing giveaway. And y'all know Jennifer Copeland, she loves a good romance. Jennifer, you are the winner of the first 4 books in the Donovan series. Oh my goodness. Inbox me, my friend. I will make sure I will get that information over to Samantha. I'm excited for her. Oh my goodness. Congratulations to you. Oh my goodness. Samantha, the time goes by so fast, my friend. It has been amazing hanging out with you on today. But of course, you have to share with us, how can we get our hands on a copy of Seeing You, my friend, as well as the other books in the Donovan series?
All right. I am wide. So you can get my books on Amazon, on your Kindle, on your Nook. We're on Apple, we're on Kobo, we're on Google Play. We are everywhere. And you can go to my website, which is chasing-romance.com, And there's a full book list there. You can see all the books there. You can even order signed paperbacks through my website. So if there's any paperbacks that you want and you would like them signed, you can order them directly through me. You can see right behind me. I keep
I love
inventory
that.
here in my
Yay. And
office.
we'll be sure, guys, to put that in the comment section too, of course, where you can go to her website to order her books. You can get them where books are sold. You can go to some online stores and order a copy of her book as well. And of course, guys, tell a friend to tell a friend about the Donovan series. And Samantha, I got to ask you this because I know that some of our readers and viewers, they may want to know. This is a series, but if they just so happen to come upon Seeing You and they was to read that first and like, oh, there's other books in the series, can they read it like out of order or no? Can you share a little bit about that?
I tend to write, even though I write in a series, each story is a standalone. There's been I don't really do cliffhangers because I don't like reading cliffhangers. So every story is a standalone, but if there's a couple that's mentioned, they probably had a book before. So, but all of them can be read on their own. They're more fun if you read them in order, but it's not 100% necessary.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that, Samantha. So, guys, you've heard it. If you had just came upon Seeing You and you read that first, it's okay. It can be read as a standalone as well. So I am so excited about that. And of course, guys, once you read it, definitely make sure you leave a review. I know that Samantha Chase will be so appreciative of that. And not only read a review, but Karen is sharing, and we share here at the Literary Cafe. Tell a friend to tell a friend about this amazing series as well. And of course, check Samantha out on her social media, go to her website, all of that good stuff as well. And Samantha, I have to ask you this, my friend. What did Samantha Chase enjoy about writing Seeing You?
Oh, the banter in Seeing You was just wild. That story wrote itself because the voices were just talking to me and they both had a lot to say. So writing the dialogue with them was the best part of the book.
I love that. Well, Samantha, thank you so much for sharing that for us. And guys, let me just tell you, I spoke with Samantha behind the scenes, okay, offline before we went live, and she has some tea to spill. Okay, the next book is coming up in this series, and I'm gonna paint the picture, and I'm gonna let Samantha talk. But it is called Craving You, and let me just tell you, Samantha had me at the blurb. Okay, she had me at the blurb. I mean, a small town, and then there's a fireman, a sixth fireman that's gonna be in the next one as well. Samantha, spill the tea, my friend. Please share with us Craving You that's coming up next.
Okay, so while the series was supposed to end at Seeing You, okay, that was supposed to be. They were the four siblings. We were done. But Marcus's brother,
spill tea.
Marcus's brother just started he got on the page, and I was like, this guy needs a book. This guy, he's not the fireman. Teasing You is the fireman. Max he owns cybersecurity. Okay. Yep, he's cybersecurity.
Right. Correct.
Yep. So once I started writing Marcus and Billy's book, and Max got on the page, I'm like, all right, he needs a book. So now we need some Donovan cousins. So this is where you start pulling the cousins out of the background. So you meet Max in Seeing You. You meet the Donovan cousin at the end of the book, and you don't really see them together in the book, but they're together. They get together.
I love it, Samantha. Guys, let me just tell you, Craving You, it is up next. And Samantha, because we have spilled the tea, is it available for pre-order for the people? Tell us about that.
It is. Yes, it is available for pre-order. It's up and ready to go. And it comes out on March 25th. So it'll be here before you even know it. And I've just started promoting it. So you'll start seeing it on Instagram and on all my social media feeds. And I'm telling you, this one, you're going to fall in love with Max. If you didn't fall in love with him already in here, you're definitely going to fall in love with him here.
I love it. And guys, I will spill a little bit of tea. And guess what? Samantha Chase, she's coming back. You know she had to come back to talk to us about Craving You. So let me just tell you, coming soon, you will see Samantha Chase. She will be back to talk about Craving You as well. Guys, go out, pre-order. If you haven't already, go get you a copy of Seeing You. And then you can also pre-order Craving You as well. And tell a friend to tell a friend about that one too. I love it. Samantha, thank you so much for hanging out with us today, my friend. It is
I
always
love
a
being
pleasure
here.
to hang out with you. And
I love
Samantha, of
coming to the
course, you know
cafe.
we
So
cannot
thank
leave
you.
here without we cannot end the show without allowing you, my friend, to have the last words of what you want to say to the people.
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, just thank you everybody for coming and hanging out tonight because this is fantastic. And I recognize so many names and some new ones. So follow me on Instagram because that's where you're going to get the most info from me. And I'm just excited to come back and talk more about books. This is what I love doing. So thank you for allowing me to do it.
I love it. I love it. Yes, Tiffany, she is so fun to watch and fun to hang out with as well. I love it. Jennifer is saying that she enjoyed it as well. Guys, and thank you so much for coming and hanging out with myself and Samantha Chase on today. I'm Angela Anderson of the Literary Cafe. It has been amazing hanging out with you guys. Of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can watch all of the Literary Cafe shows. Of course, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram, all of that good stuff as well. And again, as we always say, or if we what we're going to say on tonight as well is have an amazing day because we're having an amazing day. And until next time, we will see you guys later. And go get you a copy of Seeing You by Samantha Chase. Have a good night, guys. Bye
Good
bye.
night, everybody. Thank you.